Welcome to KonKon's Cantina. Grab a drink, sit back, and relax.
Your mics are live. We back.
Nice.
We knew. We knew in
We
the
out
studio.
here.
Okay.
Studio life, son.
Yep.
Studio life, guys. I'm your boy. It's KonKon. We out here, guys. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little tour now. Once again, okay, we are still figuring out the kinks. Okay, but we're
Yes.
out here. We're in the studio.
Yep.
Shout outs to our new splicer. We've
Yes.
named you, Jordan.
Splicer.
Yes, you
All
are
right.
our splicer.
You're the Cantina Splicer.
Yep, you're the Cantina Splicer. So in
All right.
in the Star Wars universe,
Splicer is a techie.
yeah,
Yeah.
Splicer's the
Okay.
tech person.
All right.
We
cool way to
we
say
could have called
nerd.
you tech, but Splicer's
That one I
cooler.
would've- Oh,
It's
I
like,
think.
it's the
That's
other way
what they
nerd in
do.
Star
That's what
Wars.
they are.
Okay.
You should listen to this podcast. You'd learn some stuff.
I know, right? God.
I'm your boy. It's KonKon. Sitting to my left, as you have been introduced already, the Splicer, but also known as.
The casual kid, a.k.a. Jordan.
And on the other side, we have the PR man himself.
Jay Breezy.
Yes.
We're out here making live video podcasts, entertainment,
Content connoisseurs.
content.
And returning guest, the Kill Key Factory man himself.
Miles Roberto.
Okay.
Treber.
If you're watching video, we don't trust this guy's spit at all.
No,
No.
he's sickly. We're not taking precautions with this guy. Guys, housekeeping, okay?
Spare no expense.
You know we got to get into it quickly with the housekeeping. So, YouTube, first and foremost, now all of our episodes are now on YouTube. We will be having the video portion of our podcast on YouTube. So if you are at work, whatever the case may be, throw it up, like, comment, subscribe, please. As always, the Facebook group, guys. You are just the MVPs, okay?
Faux show.
Absolutely.
Facebook group has been popping off as always. Nice, discussions, nice little threads that are always in there. Facebook.com/KonKon's Cantina.
We're approaching 200 members quick.
Yes, quickly.
Yep.
We're closing in on 190 right now.
Ooh.
Hopefully by the end of the year we'll be at 200.
Instagram at KonKon's Cantina. If you would like to work with us and this podcast, please send us an email at konkonscantina@gmail.com. We do have a Discord, and on that Discord, Justin, what do we have now? We have private channels for our what?
Patreon members, our
Yes.
patrons.
Yes, we do have a Patreon
We
now,
are
guys.
up and live.
Our podcast is really word of mouth, right? Shares, likes, comments. So that is, if you want to support the podcast, send it to a friend. If they like Star Wars, they like pop culture, whatever the case may be, show them this podcast. If you feel so inclined, yes, we do have a Patreon where you can subscribe. We do have some Patreon exclusive content coming up, but it is still new, and we are still new to Patreon.
Yeah. We're still fine-tuning our tiers. Right now we got two basic tiers. One for $3. It's going to get you a slap sticker of the show. It's going to get you access to the private Discord channel, some more direct input on the show. And then there's another level where you're going to get actual input with us directly in a ultra private channel.
Super VIP.
Some bonus content that Connor and I are developing. One of them is going to be some movie commentary.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not going to be released as episodes. This is going to be strictly for the patrons. And then we have the Mega Baller status.
Yes.
If you want to pay us $3,000,
Oh, I thought
This
that
is
was
such a
two.
great idea.
I thought there was four
we
tiers.
will. Oh, okay, there is four. Yeah,
There's
I forgot.
a $100 one.
We also have a $100 tier where if you go with that route, we will literally make an episode on anything you want.
Gonna do it.
Which we'll pretty much
so you
do that
guys have-
anyway, but
I'm gonna do it just so you guys have to talk about poop for a whole episode.
you know what? We could do it. We could
I
find a
wanna-
way.
I'm
I
seriously
wish
tempted.
somehow I could make an episode and it has to be Russell as a guest, and it's a pro Last Jedi episode.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Russell would be like, "No, guys, I'm
Oh
busy.
my
I
God.
can't do that."
That would be so good.
But yeah, no, literally as absurd as your request is, we will develop, make, record, and release a full episode on any possible subject you could ever want. But then the VIP tier, the one and only,
Yes.
we at least expect to sell out in this in the first quarter.
Can
The
you
first
repeat?
quarter?
Can you repeat that?
We expect to sell out in the
There we
first
go.
quarter.
Yes.
Edit that out in post.
Okay.
Crap. $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
We will fly
Yes.
anywhere in the continental U.S. I mean, no,
Now
the entire world.
Now this is not an original idea to this podcast. There are other people that do this, but it is
they
special.
don't do it as good though.
No, and
They
it's
don't do it
it's
as
special
good.
to us because we are a Cantina podcast. So the point is, tell us where to go. We'll meet you wherever the case may be, a pub, a bar. In the
We don't even have to
Serengeti.
meet them. They could just send us to some.
Yeah, we'll go chill on an iceberg and bring our Zoom 5 recorder and record
I'm pretty
there.
sure you guys got listeners like way out in Oviedo even that might pay for that.
Bro, we have listeners across the world. We have
We're worldwide.
Sweden, Germany,
Brazil.
UK, a lot of like Afghan. What do you call that?
And that is
What's the whole section of the world.
You
down
mean the
there?
Middle East?
The Middle East. There it is.
That is the only things that Justin can name with countries. please,
That's it.
please rate and review this podcast, guys.
Yep.
You have no idea how important this is, especially when it comes to iTunes.
Yes.
I'm just
Reviews
gonna
are free, and they do a ton for pushing up a podcast.
Yeah, and you don't have to actually write something, but actually clicking the 5 stars on wherever you listen to the podcast, it does make a difference. Some of our most recent reviews, I'll just read them really quick. JG09 said, "Great podcast, so much fun to listen to, funny and informative. Great to hear about Star Wars news. Content isn't all hate. Also, love hearing what they're drinking to give me new ideas. Plus, no profanity, so you can listen to it anywhere. We are truly safe for work."
Thank you, JG.
Another one from Antoine the Fish.
Tony.
Great show. I've been enjoying the show from the beginning. Fun, chill, family and friends, and Star Wars. You guys help my days at work go a lot by quicker. Thanks, and keep up the good work.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
So thank you guys for your reviews. The agenda of this episode.
My head is so big right now.
We got a banger. Oh, wait. There you go. Now it's bigger. I put you on camera.
My head is so much bigger now.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
The agenda of this episode. There's been tons of Ezra rumors that we're going to talk about. Possible live action Ezra. We'll be also talking about the new crawl that was released for the High Republic. This is the new series that has been announced by
A
Disney.
dramatic reading, possibly.
Ooh.
If I try to dramatic read, I'll mess up words, but I will try.
Salma, Sama, Swammy.
Also, the Obi-Wan show coming out in March 2021. Apple announces their iPhone 12, and if that wasn't enough news for you, we do have more news to talk about. But first,
The
we
pinnacle of the show.
are a Cantina podcast. So we're going to go into the Cantina right now.
Welcome to KonKon's Cantina. What are you having? But remember, no droids.
This week,
Smooth.
okay, I brought 2 things.
The Jabba Nuaba.
I am drinking the Cantina Old Fashioned. Okay, so that was a really bad Watto. Anyway, this is my Cantina Old Fashioned. This is actually from my Infinity bottle. If you do not know what an Infinity bottle is, when you have bourbon, right, and you start getting
Preach.
towards the end of the bottle,
Mhm.
there's too much air to liquid ratio in the bottle, and it can actually change the taste of the bourbon, not for the better. It can actually ruin it. The
Sometimes for the better, but more frequently not.
yeah, the alcohol will evaporate. So what people do is when you only have your 2, 3, 4 finger pours left of the bottle, you throw it in a crystal bottle, glass bottle, whatever the case may be.
Decanter.
Yes, a decanter, and you mix it only bourbon. So if you're doing ryes, it has to be ryes with ryes. If you're doing bourbons, it has to be bourbons with bourbons, rums with rums, so on and so forth. This can apply to any alcohol. So this is actually from my Infinity bottle. It is freaking amazing. We throw out high scores all the time. I'm going to say not many Mandos are into old fashions because it's really high proof. So I'm gonna go 4 out of 10. I know that may seem low. It's really, really good, but we're all bourbon drinkers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anyway,
An infinity bottle is like a bottle full of backwash.
Who's drinking out of my bottles of bourbon straight from the thing? Justin, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a variety pack of Goose Island. The one I'm looking for, I have a small selection in front of me. The one I'm looking for is Paper Umbrella. I've not had this before.
These are not the Goose Side PAs you're looking for.
Goose Island's IPAs have been pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Publix loves throwing them on BOGO. This was not on BOGO, unfortunately, but it was a variety pack of 4 different IPAs. Their standard Goose Island IPA, which is a green can that you guys have probably seen 1,000 times. The Next Coast IPA is in it also, which is great. I think they just classify it as another just IPA. And then there is a dank something or other that I didn't bring with me that I thought I grabbed. But the one that I really wanted to try is this Paper Umbrella. It is a tropical IPA, which if you're a listener of the show, you know I tend to love. The flavor profile of this specifically, though, sounded great. It's coconut, and then in parentheses Y, coconut-y.
Ooh, okay.
Pineapple, in parentheses Y, pineapple-y.
Pineapple
And
question mark?
hoppy paradise. So a coconutty, pineapple-y, hoppy paradise.
Digging it.
Man, I should have looked at the ABV. The ABV is not printed on the can.
I find
here.
it.
Oh wow, it's only 4.5. So that's a little
Really?
disappointing.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, before I've even cracked this open, I'm a little disappointed at 4.5.
All right, we'll crack it, and we're moving on to Niley.
38 IBUs. So
That's low, too.
Not the.
I don't have good hopes just based on IBU
Sounds
and
super-
alcohol.
The flavor profile sounded great,
Fruity?
but as I read more,
It's called paper something. Maybe that's why. 'Cause
Paper
it's
Umbrella.
Very thin.
Oh, by the way, the other one that you were thinking of was Dank Detector.
dank detector.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, so this is pretty uneventful.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, that sucks.
I got
great
something that'll give it some
great description, great idea behind it, but
Mhm.
4.5 killed it for me. 38 IBUs.
Yeah,
that
that's
knocked
super
it
weak.
down another level.
Now,
Yeah.
You know what this would be good for? If there's not a very experienced IPA liker, but somebody's
Oh yeah.
wanting to try one,
Mhm.
because of the low IBUs and because of the low alcohol percentage,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are new into the game could like this.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, I need something more.
Here, let me
This
see
is a
that real
pass.
quick.
This is a pass for me.
If you had to give a Mando score,
For me, I give that a 4.
a 4.
A 3.
Four.
Back it down. I would give that a 3.
3.
All right, we'll
Okay.
continue to talk about it because, Niles, move on to what you're drinking.
Don't
Well,
tell me what to do,
Super exotic.
sir.
Natterdays. But I got something a little special.
Oh yeah. What you
Uh-oh.
got? What you got over there?
He's
Alright,
doing
got
something new and fancy.
Mezcal. So
Do not pay attention.
you
to
guys
me.
Talking
have
to the
already had
microphone.
This. You guys have already had this, right?
I have had a mezcal only one other time. I have heard about it a long time because I've been wanting to try it. This past weekend, we went to the Imperial, which is kind of in the Central Florida area. If you've never been there, it's like a really good high-end cocktails, fancy stuff, unique stuff that is a mixologist, not like a rum and coke type of a place. And
Yeah.
they made a mezcal old-fashioned,
I really want to try
which
that.
was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
And that was my first experience actually having a mezcal.
Blur it out.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yes.
tell us about it. What's going
Well,
on?
it's similar to tequila with some key differences that I didn't prepare, and so I can't really say anything.
Dude,
but
when I heard tequila, it's a trap. I mean, seriously.
Shut up.
no, it's
you already
kinda
have me
like,
questioning.
Oh,
it's
by
got
the way,
like
we have a
smoke-
soundboard.
It's got like a smoky flavor, and I
Okay.
can't open this because my hands are sweaty.
I'm trying to like
Because you're wearing an N95 mask.
I'm sweating profusely under this mask.
I'm trying to like really not overuse the soundboard, but like yeah.
No, lean into it. Full 90s.
Just,
No.
just full send it. Man, that main camera just doesn't want to have it. But
So this is like it's like a smoky kind of tequila. I kind of think of it as like
It's
the
a sipping.
Lefroy
Yeah.
of like it would be like an Isla Scotch to
Yeah.
a normal Scotch.
Yeah.
It's
This
smoky.
is-
It's more of a. It's not like tequila where you typical like you making a mixed drink. You're shooting it.
Yeah.
Mezcal is like a tequila, which also the mixologist got super pissed at me when I said, that's like a tequila, right? And they're like, no.
dude, as
This is a mezcal.
he's pouring that stuff, and I'm like, light it up. I'm sorry, I gotta stop already.
So it's like you were just saying, it's like a smoky scotch,
Yeah.
but in tequila form.
Right.
Yep.
It's for sipping. It's for slowly enjoying. It's not for doing a shot.
Exactly.
Oh, it's not? As I'm pouring shots.
Yeah, we'll sip it.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
we can sip it. We get a little bit of the
Okay.
we'll get a little bit of
It's a
the
double
lime
sipper.
and
Or we'll
lime
get-
and the coconut. Mix it
them
all up.
both together.
So for our visual compadres, they're going to notice that the lighting has changed. That's because this is the first time that we're like in the studio, and I'm like nervous, and I totally forgot to get the lighting right. So
Turn
the
them
lighting,
actually on.
yeah. So like you'll see on the main camera right now with the zoom out, like it's way more ambient because
Yeah.
I had the big LED on, and I just turned on the ring lights and turned that off, so it looks like a million times better now. So anyway,
Yeah.
continue to tell us about this, Niles, and
Okay.
let's try it, and we will
Yeah.
all give Mando scores. Justin, you still have not given a Mando score, and then Jordan, you have to talk about your drink.
I gave a Mando score.
Yeah,
I
you
said
did.
3.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Yeah.
I was up, I think.
No.
My bad. All right. Are we
Okay.
trying this thing?
So it's from the agave plant.
Agave.
So white.
Is
It
it
does-
from the
Wait,
guava?
wait.
It does have the worm in there.
I don't speak that.
Oh dear God.
This is
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It has the worm in there. It's like the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
see.
Go back a little bit. Go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, right there. Now
It's
face.
like
Yeah, there you go.
right
Right
there.
there. Nice.
It's more like a
Wow.
grub to
Okay.
me, which is even worse.
Yeah.
Meh.
Whatever. Okay.
I mean, I'm
It's a
just
grabble.
I'm just sitting here like it's a graboid.
Ooh,
I'm just sitting
that
here
smells so good.
trying something new.
Stay calm.
I mean,
I'm gonna
Red
take
five,
that.
red
from
Tell
five.
you.
me you have some tremors
All right.
on there.
oh, we're gonna have to get it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so
So-
we're not shooting this.
I'm personally not going to go for the lime. I'm going to...
Okay, yeah, just
Yeah.
try it first. All right, you try it. Go ahead. Just want to make sure you guys are like the one that tasted the stuff before the king got it. Niles, tell us what's on the rim.
Oh, that's some kind of Mexican salt.
I think that hit it with the lime. Hit some with the lime.
So, by the way, Gio from the Justice Hit podcast
Yes.
taught
Shout
the
out.
best way.
Our resident tequila master.
Taught me the best way to drink tequila. What you do is you take the lime, you bite into it, you swish it around the lime in your mouth a couple of times. Then you take the shot of tequila, swish it around your mouth once, and then you just sip it down. Oh my God!
Really?
The
think it's
smoke,
hard to
the
drink.
smokiness. It's not hard to drink for me, but the smokiness.
No mas, por favor.
I really like it.
Not a tequila person.
Oh.
It's not tequila.
This is not as smoky as the one that I had.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
So
I mean, it's good.
It's the first
If you
bottle
like-
I've ever bought.
yeah.
If you like
There
Monte
are other
Alban.
brands.
trash.
Mezcal is very much like whiskey.
Dude, I'm digging this.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm digging this for real.
Yeah,
Thank
mezcal
you.
is much
I
like
like
whiskey, where there's the different brands have different flavors, so you kind of have to shop around and figure out which ones you.
Too many bad
really
experiences
want
with tequila for me.
and really
It might
Yeah.
be straight.
Some are more smoky, some are less, some are smoother. You just kind of have to figure out
Yeah.
which one you like.
I
I
mean,
really want to do some cocktails with.
Yeah.
I mean, I took one sip over here, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm digging it for real.
So Niles, what do you give that as a Mando score? If Mandos were drinking,
I think
it down
Mandos
the
would
covert,
love that.
Well, just as like rating it as a straight liquor,
Yeah.
it's up there. I'd say I'd give it a 9.
I would
9
like
Mandos.
I would like to try different versions because I feel like you were saying earlier when you had this mezcal.
Did you have a sip of
I had
that?
a sip of it, and it wasn't that smoky. But remember, there was simple syrup, bitters.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
in an old fashioned.
Yeah.
This by itself, though, like there's already people where I'm like, okay, you have to try this because I know that they'll just love this. But
Yeah.
Mando score.
Shout out to Jacqueline,
Here's what I
our
think about
tequila
it.
girlfriend. Well, I shouldn't.
That's my score.
not bad.
No,
not bad.
I'll give it 9.
9.
Mandos.
Hey,
That's really good.
I tend to agree on that one.
I think the Mandos.
Yeah, the Mandos
Like,
would
yeah.
dig it.
like,
Yeah,
that's
they dig
perfect.
it.
Like, boom.
All right, we listen. I know we're a Cantina podcast, but we're in it for the long haul. Jordan, what are you drinking? And then we're going to talk about what Jordan brought for the shelf.
Ooh.
And we're finally going
Oh, I
to get
got
into
some
this
for it too,
episode.
sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
We haven't
So-
talked about our shelf, period.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm drinking is a Caparena.
Okay.
Caparena is made with a type of rum called Casasha. Casasha is a byproduct of when they crystallize sugar.
Okay.
So the liquid that's left over when they crystallize sugar, they ferment that, and then that's what becomes.
Those used to be
this
my
liqueur.
favorite candy.
Really?
No.
Gets me every time. So it's kind of like if you mixed like rum and tequila and made it very earthy. That's the kind of liqueur it is. It's not a great liqueur.
dirt.
It's really not a great liqueur, but the drink that's made
Selling
with,
me on this.
Yeah,
I know.
You look like you're about to.
He's telling me about this drink, and the whole time I'm just like,
It's really gross.
Hear me out. Hear me out. So, if you make the drink properly, which is you basically muddle lime
Yes.
with sugar, and then you add this with and top it with club soda, it is the most refreshing drink that you can think of.
I can see
when
that.
I drink this, I think about being on a cruise
Okay.
and looking out on a sunset.
is it a fresh cut grass type of?
Yes.
No,
Birds
seriously.
chirping.
Yeah,
Because like I like
Like when you're-
gins with cucumbers and limes. It's very like
yeah.
refreshing and
Like
fresh
you're
cut grass.
Fresh
and
cut grass, and you hit like
Yeah.
the dog turd, and it mists.
Oh, stop.
No, not that bad. But yes, very much
Earthy.
fresh cut grass.
Easy
As-
for you to say.
As for the liqueur, I would say probably it's a Mando score of 3 at best.
Mando score. Oh, just the liqueur.
Yeah, just the liqueur.
Okay.
The drink itself is at least 5 or 6.
What else could you make with that liqueur? Have you ever had anything
That's the
else?
problem that I have with it is that it says that you can use it as a rum substitute, but I can't find anything to substitute it with. I would think if you're making a mojito, it might work well, but for anything else, like you're trying to do like a rum and coke or you're trying to do like a fruity drink, the flavor isn't quite right. Plus, also, casashas are much like mezcals, where every single brand has a different flavor to it.
What do they run per bottle? Are they like an expensive
No,
liqueur?
they're usually about $25 to $27 a
Okay,
bottle.
so nothing crazy.
No. But I love the drink itself. There's a reason why I've only been able to make one drink with this liqueur. Really love it though. I still 5 or 6 Mandos.
I like this guy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I haven't
We're gonna
tried
get
it.
a competition going at the soundboard.
Listen, I haven't tried it yet, but we need to get into this episode. Actually, no, we all gave Mando scores. I really like that stuff you brought, Niles.
All right.
That is going on the Instagram to try for sure. That's not going
No.
up there. That's
No.
not going up there.
No.
Okay, guys.
No bueno.
Book club announcement. If you have been a listener for the podcast, you do know that we have a book club. The last book that we announced, life pretty much got in the way, right? Like a lot's going on
And
right now.
then Mandalorian coming out.
And
It's gonna be
Mandalorian
a
is coming out.
dedicated
Yeah. And with
couple
that,
months of content.
yes. And with that being said, the book club is being put on hold, which was the first book of the Thrawn trilogy. And like Justin said,
It's not
that
put
is
on hold.
because
we
of
are letting all of our listeners have plenty of time
Exactly.
to
plenty
read
of time.
listen whatever they want
Yeah, plenty of time.
before they start their experience. Which the newest Thrawn book came out several weeks ago, which I have finished, and oh my goodness!
Listen, for
No
all of
spoilers.
you,
It is so good.
for all of you who haven't read the book yet, and you want to know my opinion on how good the book is, like if I had to give it a score, it would be
It's high.
Oh my god.
Thanks,
it's
Casey.
very high.
Very high.
Thanks, K2SO.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, okay, live, live
God.
action.
You do one, I do one.
He's like, I didn't make this for nothing. Okay.
So, little background: Niles literally created his own Watto soundboard because he
Yeah.
loves Watto so much.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. Live action Ezra. Now, the quote is confirmed that we put in the notes because it's really not confirmed. So,
I've never seen somebody like so heavily like
Leaning in.
produce rumors themselves like as an actor. Like
yeah, it's
like
it's almost too much
like,
of a
is
coincidence.
creating like the most meta of rumors ever. Like one simple tweet,
Yeah.
and it'll be him wearing a Lucasfilm shirt with Rebels playing in like the background on
Yeah.
a PC
So-
as he just takes a selfie. He's like working on a new project. Boop.
So Connor, give us a little more background.
So
What's
the
this?
background is actor Raul Cooley. He took to Twitter, and we're not late on this information. We're just late on. We wanted to get our '90s episode out, so he took to
I
Twitter,
think we talked
and
about it a little bit.
this like literally broke Star Wars Twitter. Like
Yeah.
everything kind of breaks Star Wars Twitter. But anyway,
A little bit.
understandably, we know that it doesn't take much to break the Star Wars Twitters these days. However, following the tweet, there is some context and there is some things to back up. He is going to be playing a live action Ezra Bridger. And the reason for that is the tweet came out and it said, quote, "I've gotten into that Lothal orphan, force-sensitive, trained by Cain and Jarrus kind of shape for no particular reason."
So
End quote.
specific.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He couldn't make it any more obvious.
Yeah.
yeah, like there's no way around.
And every picture he posts, like he's posting pictures on studio sets, and he's always got some type of
he's dropping
Star
hints.
Wars shirt. He's got a Lucas shirt. He's got something that he's always wearing
Yeah.
on top of it, like just adding these multiple layers to everything he's doing.
He's like winking at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
With hints, like because he did the initial one, which is like, okay, dude, like he's making it so clear, and then he had to do the one where he kind of backed off. But even in that one, he's like you said, he like at the end he winks. And
yeah.
then, and even during it, he's like, "I'm not. What are you crazy? Get
Yeah,
outta
and
here."
so
Yeah.
and so it continues, and it says, so that tweet for obvious reasons sent Star Wars fandom into just a spiral, right?
We talked about that. I can't remember what episode we briefly mentioned that, and that was the only piece of info we had yet. And it's since then continued the newer ones.
This
Yeah.
one tweet. Now, I don't have the exact statistics on what it takes to make something trend on Twitter,
Oh, yeah.
but just that one tweet made the word Ezra trend on Twitter. So we've had so many rumors recently about live action this person, live action that person.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody and their mom is
Insane.
going to be
It's
live
annoying.
action Star Wars, right? Which later in the news, when we talk about Disney literally putting out a business statement saying that they are full sending into
Star
digital
Wars.
production and entertainment,
Yeah.
the more credence to these rumors, is coming. So later, it was trending on Twitter. There's also been rumors of him Ezra showing up in Mandalorian. We have Rebel spinoffs, all these things. But later it says, then he posted a picture saying that, hey guys, it's not true. He then later posted an actual video of himself, and in that video he was in his car. Okay,
Yeah.
and once again, quotes. He says, guys, I'm not playing Ezra, like this isn't true. I would love to play the character. And at the end of the video, literally winks.
The wink.
He
Okay.
just threw it in so slick, like the little wink and
Yeah.
kind of the smirk,
Yeah.
and like it's like okay.
Well, and it gets
gotcha.
it gets worse. I can't play you the clip where he's talking because in the background of the clip is the Mandalorian theme song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Why on earth would he have done the initial one otherwise? For
I
any
love
other
the
reason?
I love the idea of him just like trolling the entire world.
Well,
Yeah.
I really don't think it's trolling. I think it's one of two things. I think one, he really is Ezra, in the capacity of what we get Ezra, we don't know yet, or he's like, Star Wars is coming to an all-time high with the future of digital releases, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And he is literally selling himself
Yeah,
to
that could
be
be.
like,
Yeah.
look, I can be Ezra.
Yeah.
Like and
He's
there's
already become like I didn't know who he was before, and now
Yeah.
now I know who
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
because of
Same.
this.
yeah, exactly.
So
So in the car, he says that he's not going to play him, and he winks, and in the background is the Mando music. He then went to Twitter again, and he posts a picture of him on a backlot, as Justin was saying earlier, using the emojis of filming. The set
Yeah.
clapper, all that stuff.
he had a Star Wars shirt on too, I think.
And in that picture, he is clearly wearing a black shirt that has the Imperial logo on it,
yeah.
and it's obvious that he's in a backlot.
Yeah.
It very much fits the looking like a backlot. There's trailers everywhere. It's
Big
yeah.
studio.
One thing I
bay,
noticed too, and it
hangar type
might
things.
be nothing, but like I saw pictures of him just as an actor, like normal shots of him,
Mm-hmm.
and his hair is just black. But in all these things, since the Star Wars like rumors started, these videos and pictures,
Browner?
he's got gray in his hair.
Right. Oh.
It might just be his natural hair. He's like older.
I would
But
think
was
that
like,
it's his
I
natural
wonder.
hair.
It could be, but I'm
Yeah.
like, well, timeline wise, if it's Ezra, he'd probably be getting kind of gray at this point, So,
Yeah, there's no
Might be
telling.
nothing.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
no
know.
telling where we see Ezra. We've talked
Yeah.
about it on the show before.
I'm just, okay, yeah, I'm just saying if he shows up in Mando.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
So-
even there was a picture that he posted, and I think we might have covered it, but it was a picture of him side by side with Ezra. And Ezra had a beard.
So
Yeah.
somebody
So-
added the
yeah.
beard.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Yeah,
photoshopped
exactly.
But they
Yeah.
dude,
It's spot on.
if looks are important,
Yeah.
like I personally don't think Rosio.
Rosio.
Rosario.
Yes, I personally don't think that she is like the mirror image of Ahsoka. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Not that I need to be picky, but Raul legit like, okay, yeah, please make him Ezra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's
So-
Indian. I always kind of thought Ezra, like, he looks like they're trying to make him look like an Indian dude.
Oh,
kinda.
Middle Eastern for sure.
whatever. Yeah.
I mean,
something.
is this another one?
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about.
So read it.
So this is a picture. This is another tweet from him. It says, "I am currently alone filming a new show and couldn't celebrate the release of Bly Manor with my friends, family, or Blycast. So I've treated myself to 1 can of Coke. Thank you all. Thank you so much for all your watching. Your tweets have made me smile. Blah blah blah." The picture posted with it, he's in a Lucasfilm limited sweatshirt, and Rebels is literally on his MacBook playing with Ezra's face, like zoomed in.
What's his hat? But it's like a
Anything else?
Anything else?
Yeah, dude, it's
Guys,
it's nuts.
Yeah.
Do we need any more? Here,
So-
let me see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, Jordan.
Yeah. So the question is, with rumors flying around and with different things going on, why not speculate ourselves?
Yeah.
Is he actually doing a Rebels live action show, or is he going to be a cameo in a different show?
See, I honestly would love something with Ezra, because the mystery of what happens to Thrawn,
Yeah.
Ezra, Sabine, and Ahsoka is so huge to me personally. Like, it might not be to everybody who didn't watch Rebels and they
Yeah.
thought it was a kid's show, so they're not super up to date on it.
Right.
First of all, let's just get this out of the way. We've said it on the show before.
Yeah.
If you are not watching Rebels and you are a Disney Star Wars complainer, you are missing out on content
Amazing.
that is
content.
a billion times better than the movies. Like,
Yeah.
story, character development. Do yourself a favor, skip the entire first season of Rebels.
Yeah, it's a little
start
messy.
at season 2 and watch 2, 3, and 4 and tell me that it's not good Star Wars content. Continue.
Well, I mean, going along with what you said, even on YouTube, there's like season 1 in 5 minutes type of crap that you could watch.
I think there's important scenes between Ezra and Kanan towards
Yeah.
the end where, and that's like literally, and I've said this on the podcast too.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I want to get somebody to watch that show, I show them that scene where they're like, you have a choice. The Force has chose you, so you can either steal my lightsaber and sell it for parts, or, well, he doesn't say that exactly, but
Yeah,
basically
in so
he gives
many
them the
words.
choice. Yeah, you can come with me, and you get it. Anyway, continue.
I think personally, I don't know exactly in what capacity I want it.
But you want it.
Maybe it's like the first thing is something in a Mandalorian cameo. I don't know. Maybe that's like where it starts from.
Yeah.
But like this is like a story that is set up to continue. It's like literally it ends that entire show on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
These character like Thrawn is a legacy character that they then embraced into the Disney universe.
As they should have.
And they did a great job. Like they're making all these books for a reason about Thrawn.
Yeah.
Thrawn is a character that is loved. I think they don't dedicate. There's more Thrawn books and novels and Rebels and Clone Wars,
Yeah.
all
Mhm.
with Thrawn, than any other character in the Star Wars universe right now.
Yeah.
And I think there's a reason that they're putting that much time and effort into them. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's the only thing that makes sense.
So then it still goes back to my question. Where do you think he's going to fit in? Do you think this is what actually?
More context. Are we talking about where does Ezra fit in the current story we're being painted, or where does Ezra fit in the rumors that we're being given of a live action Ezra?
To me, it just seems like.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Go,
No, go
I
ahead.
just. I mean, like, my immediate thought was just, he's going to be in Mando. I mean, because like, there's obviously the connection.
Timeline fits.
The Dark Blade, right?
Mhm.
Who's confirmed? Is Ahsoka confirmed for Sabine?
No,
No.
nobody's confirmed.
No.
That's not
Okay.
true.
Not by Disney.
Tamora Morrison
Okay, well,
is
yes.
confirmed.
Yeah.
But we don't know in what capacity. He's an actor confirmed. It could be
Okay.
It could be anything.
Okay,
So the
well,
only
I got
He's
you.
a clone. There's millions of them. It doesn't matter.
True.
The only confirmed connection is the Dark Blade, then I guess so far.
But that's
Yeah,
even
but Sabine.
yeah,
gave
and that's
it to
she gives it to
gave
Bo-Katan in Clone Wars.
So all we know is that Bo is more than likely dead. That's all we know.
The only way, and we've also talked about this, is that the only way Bo ever gives up the Darksaber is literally via death.
Yeah.
So,
So
do we want her to be dead? No, because there's been the Stargate. What's the girl from Stargate?
Lilu? Oh, Stargate. Sorry.
Yeah,
wrong movie.
what's the girl from Stargate?
don't know what you're
Or not
talking
Stargate.
What are you talking about?
Starship Galactica, the
Battlestar?
actress.
Battlestar.
She
Oh.
actually is the voice actor of Bo-Katan.
the blonde girl.
Yeah,
Right.
her name is
can't-
escaping me, but
Yeah.
she like literally looks the part and could be. We're
And-
tangenting.
Yeah,
but-
yeah,
and the
yeah.
only other thing that we know is based off of the sequel trilogy is at the time of Rise of Skywalker that Ahsoka is now dead because she's one of the Force Ghost's voices.
Yeah, yeah.
Not true. Remember, Dave Filoni put on Twitter. He literally put the picture of her standing next to Gandalf, and literally Gandalf
Yeah,
says,
but-
"People thought I was dead too."
I took that as
Yeah.
like there will be more content from her. I didn't take that as she's still alive. But I mean that's my own personal interpretation, so that could be anything.
I would have. I understand the interpretation. I just think that it's not a coincidence that the person who created her, which is Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
Well, technically, George Lucas went to Dave Filoni and said, "Hey, by the way, Anakin has a Padawan," and then he created
Whoa.
Ahsoka.
Such a great exchange.
Okay, to answer your question, Jordan.
Yeah.
The capacity that I think that we see Ezra is, we've heard in the trailer and we heard in season 1. Well, we heard the same thing over again. The armor tells Mando that you have to find his people, right? His space wizards, enemy
Yeah.
space wizards, right? During this time in Mandalorian, there are only 3 Jedis that we know of that are alive currently.
Mhm.
Okay,
Right.
Ahsoka,
Jedis, yeah, yes.
Luke,
Yes.
Ezra. We
Yes.
don't know where Ezra is. We
Well,
technically
also
don't know.
that we also know that there is Force sensitive. There's Carr, which is in the Force Collector, who is a
True.
Force sensitive person
True.
who is
Yeah.
he's not necessarily a Jedi with lightsaber skills.
I think that's
but he
too
has
deep
an
of a cut, though.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I mean?
Canon though. It is canon.
It is canon, but like to answer his question, where does Ezra fit in?
Yeah.
I think he fits in as a cameo. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I don't think he's going to be a main story-driven plot point in this. I think if he's in Mandalorian,
Yeah.
he's too big to be a main anything.
No,
he needs
it-
to be his own show/movie.
And we've said that with both Ezra and Ahsoka,
Yeah.
that being simple cameos would be really cool, kind of like how we had no idea that Baby Yoda was coming,
Mhm.
but more has to come from these characters. It can't just be a cameo. Like, it
Could-
would have to be, like, do we want a live-action
Could
Rebels?
be a launch pad for their own.
A launch
Yeah.
pad.
Yeah,
Launch
for
pad
sure.
Doing
McQuack.
a Ahsoka miniseries.
Shout out to DuckTales.
bombs!
Launchpad McQuack.
That's also Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do a Scott Pilgrim episode.
Yes.
Anyway, did that answer your question, Jordan?
No, but
Nope.
yes.
No, but yes. Where do you think he fits in? You know the story.
I know the story enough.
Way back in 1977.
Oh my gosh.
Shout outs.
So I think the only way that he fits in is if they do something like an Ahsoka miniseries, like they're doing Kenobi,
Okay.
where he would fit in.
Is it even
Um,
considered a miniseries? I mean, multi-season.
Well, how long is Kenobi going to be? That I'm using that as an.
Well, I guess we
example.
don't know.
Yeah.
It could be 6 episodes and then they're done. But something along the lines of him, Ahsoka, trying to wrap things up and figure out where he's supposed to fit in moving forward, I think is what they're trying to get to. So, I as the person here who's the casual Star Wars fan, I just wanted to get your insight.
Yeah.
Live action Thrawn.
Ooh.
That would be
See,
cool.
okay,
That
now,
would be
but this
awesome.
actually bothers me. This actually bothers me. Ezra is his own character, and
Yeah.
so is Thrawn.
I
The
would
Ezra
love
books.
to see a buddy cop type thing of Thrawn and it.
We haven't done this idea. We haven't told them this idea, have
No.
we? Okay,
Not on the air.
we've talked about this.
Yes.
Okay. I think this was like a conjoined idea.
Yes.
Okay, so the pitch
Comedy.
is okay. This is really quick. I have brought this point out on the podcast before. If you've read the Thrawn books, spoiler warning. I love how we didn't do a spoiler warning at the beginning of this episode. Anyway,
Yeah.
when you take Thrawn away from the Empire, like he is taken away from the Empire in the end of the Rebels series,
Yeah, he has no allegiance.
he has no allegiance to the Empire. So if you take him and Ezra and you put them wherever they need to be, wherever they end up, basically Thrawn takes the place of, I'm no longer your enemy and you are no longer my enemy. We both need to work together to get back wherever we are or wherever we need to be. I have my goals, you have yours.
Which that plot point is built on 10,000 times in this newest book because the newest book is all his time only in
I
the
don't know yet.
Chiss
I know.
ascendancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like
But-
the Galactic Empire is nothing.
It's,
Like,
yeah.
But whether you've read the books or you've actually watched Rebels, Thrawn is a survivalist. That's
Yeah.
his goal is no matter what, I'm going to survive and be in the best position possible. So not a huge spoiler, but yeah.
Did we forget your toy, Jordan?
No.
We never
did.
talked about
but
it.
when we get to the next set of news, when we get to it, we'll talk about that.
I think either way, I feel like we're being.
We want
led-
Ezra.
Yeah.
We want Ezra.
It's It's the thing that makes the most sense and actually has a story-driven arc that has not been followed through with.
Really quick round table. Does
Rectangle. This is a
Ezra...
rectangle table.
Really quick rectangle table. I go first. Does Ezra make more sense than Ahsoka? No. Ahsoka makes more sense. Justin. For The Mandalorian 2.
Yes, I agree.
You agree that Ahsoka makes more sense?
Ahsoka makes more sense in The Mandalorian just because she's not a Jedi. She was more known as being a Force user in the entire Star Wars universe at that time, and had a lot of connections with people who are still alive.
Okay. Niles.
I mean, I'm more thinking it's going to be Ahsoka, but I mean they are looking for Jedi, and Ezra is a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, it does make more sense for Ahsoka. However, it would be a whole lot more fun for him to run into Ezra.
Yes.
I do love the idea because they've been so adamant on people like pushing like confirmed Rosario Dawson is
God.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
That if they like just blew everybody's mind and like Ahsoka's never in there and the only person that we see is Ezra.
Dude.
Yep.
But that was also like the worst 2 months on Facebook or
Gosh.
Instagram where everybody was confirmed.
I've never been more irritated at the entire internet for like saying the word confirmed when there's literally no confirmation from the only place that can confirm this is Disney.
And
like, that's it.
And we've talked. If Doomcock would have said it, I probably would have believed it more too. But still, there's even
exactly like
Yeah.
the person who is known for breaking legitimate news when it is concrete has never said it.
Thanks, we got it covered.com.
Yeah.
you got it covered.com.
The garbage will do.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout outs. Anything from that
I
episode
didn't know what that
or
one
that
said.
episode.
What that one say?
The garbage will do. It was Ray. Yeah. And Screen
We
Rant.
don't use Ray quotes.
And Screen Rant.
She's not a
Dude,
Screen
you know
Rant.
what? I liked that thing that I saw on Twitter.
Oh yeah, let's
That was a really
sidebar.
good point.
Let's sidebar for this.
Yeah, let's
quickly.
sidebar. Okay. The High
about to
Republic.
say.
What? Sidebar? Full sidebar.
No.
Okay. The High Republic, they released the crawl. Now, this is super important to Star Wars fans because if the crawl is just every Star Wars movie, right?
Nope.
You get okay, well, we're not talking about the,
Stories.
There we go. Already messed it up.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't even know how I did that. Anyway, we're just going to read the crawl and then we're going to do a rectangle table and just talk about the crawl really quick.
Yep.
Okay, so
Dramatic reading.
the opening crawl was posted on StarWars.com under the site's banner of the High Republic to provide fans with an early insight into the state of the galaxy 200 years before the Star Wars prequels.
Yep.
The text teases a time of peace, hope, and prosperity in the magnificent renaissance that is soon to become the enormous and endangered and the frightening new adversary, my gosh, who threatens to disrupt the harmony of the Republic. Are we ready for the dramatic reading?
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Wait, I was literally looking for "do it" on the soundboard. Do it. Okay, there we go. Okay,
You need to add reverb.
hang
to
on,
your
hang on.
voice.
Okay, there is a reverb option on here, but I don't know where it is. Okay. Star Wars: The High Republic. The galaxy is at peace, ruled by the glorious Republic, protected by the noble knights, the wise Jedi Knights. As a symbol of all that is good, the Jedi Knights of the Republic is about to launch a starlight beacon into the far reaches of the Outer Rim. This new space will serve as a ray of hope for all to see. But just as its magnificent renaissance spreads throughout the Republic, so does the frightening new adversary. I said it again. Dang it!
Adversary.
Adversary. Now, the
Chunking.
guardians of peace and justice must face a new threat to themselves, the galaxy, and the Force itself. Hey, listen. I thought that wasn't bad myself.
it was
man. I was
actually
just-
That's a
pretty
good
good.
Sean Connery impression.
was pretty
I will
good.
say.
I'm just.
I like
I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. All right.
No, it
Do
was
I need
good.
to reread this so that we're not like?
No.
There's a starlight beacon. I
Yes.
don't know what that is.
I don't either. I thought the crawl was really weak. Let's just get that out of the way. That gives us absolutely no information.
No.
We already
The
have
only
the
thing that we
information.
like.
They
this-
might be
what
trying
is
to
this-
keep it vague still, though.
But we had more info. Like, what about like we already know the adversary. What were they called?
The Nile.
Nihilists.
The Nile,
Or
because it
the
sounds
Nile.
like nihilist.
Yeah, the Nile. Yeah. So we already know the Nile. That is the people who, according to this crawl, will disrupt the peace and justice
We got
of
that.
I
the
wonder if
galaxy.
some connection to Darth Nihilus.
We got the first chapter of that book where
Yes.
we know that there's like an awesome setup, like with this giant ship that is
Yeah.
destroyed
Explodes, yep.
and explodes. And we
Yeah.
know that there's some hyperspace event.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we know that the Nile are these new adversaries that they were teasing in this crawl, which is weird that they didn't. talk
Listen,
more
I
about
kept
that.
wanting to say anniversary. And I
Happy
don't know.
anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
We know you have chunking, but come
yeah.
on.
Speaking of anniversary,
Thank you.
the
Oh wait, not me.
Mandalorian season 2 premiere will be our 50th episode, and we are literally getting a child's cake to celebrate our 50th
Yes.
episode.
I
Okay?
said we need to get the most childish of Star Wars cakes
Yeah.
ever.
So with the crawl and what we know about
If
the
you want
High
to sponsor
Republic-
our cake, please reach out to.
Yeah. What? So, with what we know about the High Republic,
Yes.
which it's not a ton, but it's enough to know kind of where everything lands.
I actually think that we have a lot of information. So if you haven't been keeping up with the information that has been put on StarWars.com and what we have talked about on this podcast, as already stated, this is 200 years set before the prequels. This
Yeah.
is the Renaissance, right? Renaissance, you think of Middle Ages. This is the highest peak of the Jedi Order, which kind of goes against its own canon, because in The Last Jedi, Luke refers to the Jedi Order when they were overthrown by Sidious at the height of their power. But I guess height of power and Renaissance can be two totally different things. This is the most refined version of the Jedi.
Yeah.
This
And
is the most opulent Arthurian version.
Yes.
It's like they're very
Knights of the Round
Yeah.
Table. Yeah. And based on this crawl, still yet again, like, this is just not a lot of information.
No.
No.
And I didn't expect them to give everything away, but I did want more.
well, I think the only info we got is a starlight beacon.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
this,
the only piece of info I actually got.
if we
out
have
of
to
it.
put that context together, we already talked about chapter 1 that was released, and we talked about it on the podcast. There is a Haldo like thing that happens where the ship explodes and hyperspace bits of the ship is thrown all throughout the galaxy, and
Yeah.
it throws the galaxy into chaos.
hyperspace is
I
not,
think that's pretty cool. I like
hyperspace is not what we know it. There's not these hyper lanes that are used in Star Wars canon. Like, you have these hyper lanes that you
Yeah.
travel, and
Yeah.
in the, I keep referencing this book, but I feel like there's a reason this book was released and it was. But in the new Thrawn book, they're talking a lot about how the Chiss travel through hyperspace, which is
Yeah.
totally different than
The Skywalkers.
yes,
So-
which is totally different. Which I'm not gonna. We'll leave it at that. But
Yeah.
they travel totally differently
Mhm.
through hyperspace than
Than
what
other
you want to
people.
call it, the Republic.
General public.
The Republic.
Yeah, the
travels
Republic.
through.
Yeah,
It's
and they also
an
come
entirely
from,
different way.
and they also come from an entirely different part of space. A lot of people don't realize
Yeah.
that Chiz actually come from unknown regions of space. But
But-
so with what I had to research, because I had to get caught up.
yeah,
Because the last time I talked about High Republic was actually when I was on this episode, was on the podcast way back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. But one of the things I had to research real fast was figuring out what have I missed, and one of the things that I ended
What
up
did
missing.
I miss?
What did I miss?
Hamilton.
One of the things that I ended up figuring out or reading about was from a Den of Geeks, and they were talking about the High Republic is actually trying to explore the Outer Rim, because that's currently not under the Republic's control.
Yeah.
So the events of trying to actually get a ship or a beacon out into the Outer Rims to do more exploring is
Creating hyperspace lanes.
right, and something went wrong at some point. How the Nile is involved in this, I wish the text crawl would give more information on that. But
I can't wait.
yeah.
I'm excited for it, but
Yeah.
They look like wood
Mad Max
creatures or something.
They look like Mad Max space fairies.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, does
Exactly.
anybody have any closing thoughts? I mean, we already have a lot of information about some of the Jedi that we are assuming are part of the Jedi Council.
That have shields.
Yeah, they would. Well, no, he's different. That one that I put, that's not High
Is it?
Republic.
I thought it was High Republic.
No, that's that Target book.
Yeah, but that's High Republic.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's not. I have
I'm
to
pretty
look.
sure it is.
Okay, I could be wrong, but it could be because we've seen like you're saying the
The
Arthurian, like the
artwork's
cross,
the same style.
yeah, the crossbow,
super like knighty Arthurian.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We've talked about this. We have like the Trandoshan Jedi. We have a new Wookiee Jedi
Wookiee
finally.
Jedi, yeah.
Super excited about him. We have some details, and also they've been releasing certain lightsabers. Like there's that new lightsaber that has the cross guard, but it's also has that. It has the energy that it's like Kylo's saber, but instead of dispelling energy out, it connects the energy. So the saber, when it's deactivated, it is whole, and then when it activates, it opens like a T, kind of like a B wing, right?
Yeah.
And then it does like a triangle. Like I don't know. They're like listen, their
cool
lightsabers
looking
like
stuff,
Mighty
man.
Morphin
I think
Power
I-
Rangers.
We just want more. We want
And we
more
know that
information
there's.
on this.
Oh, this isn't. I guess this is different.
What?
I was caught on that new manga with Leia's straight up like sword.
Oh,
Which
Oh,
I
dude,
feel-
I know.
I feel like that has to
I-
be somehow connected to this High Republic era based off of like the stylization that they chose.
yeah.
I feel like this has to be some heirloom or something
later
from the
news.
same
Shout
but from
outs
that era.
to Russell and Vader sabers, because Russell on this podcast once gave a pitch on an entire book based on Alderaan and the highest points and the nicest things
That's
about
right.
Alderaan, right?
Yes.
That sword, I think, is like you're saying, is going to go way back.
Some
and
heirloom or something.
Yeah.
from
and
that
remember, and I wish I had the sound thing queued and I knew where to find it. But remember in Force Awakens, Poe, when he gets the plans from BB-8 to find Luke, he says, he tells him, I'll give this to the prince, to Leia, and he says, to me, she'll always be royalty. And that's a lot of thing that people overlook. Like, Leia was a legit princess. Like, she was, even though she was adopted into a royal family.
Nobody knew she was adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a monarchy nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
this monarchy of Alderaan, right?
Yeah.
That giant sword has to have something to do with that and that monarchy.
And it fits
So
the High
excited.
Republic era. Like this new content right before this new era.
Yeah.
That's new, like we've never heard of before. That's super knights and armor and swords and shields. It fits it perfectly. Like if you weren't a Jedi, maybe it's like a vibro sword.
Yeah.
I guess we've seen them in like some games
Yeah.
that aren't canon anymore.
Right.
But most of those tended to be like katana style.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
this is
not-
like a
this is a
straight up
great
broadsword,
sword, or- yeah.
great sword, broadsword.
And
Our,
and a manga format, since we're going to bypass this in the news now, but
oh, no, we'll still talk about it.
But this being in a manga format is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the art style for a manga is great for
It's a
those
black
sword
and
styles,
white,
black and
pencil
white.
sketched looking
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, so it's going to look fantastic. It's going to be really, really good read. I'm really excited for it.
Closing thoughts for me with the High Republic is, if this is just the crawl, I feel like if they could have given more information and kept it from us, it would have been better. I'm still excited, but this does not promote hype. This is already
I
information
feel like
that we
with
had.
what they've already
Yeah.
released, this is so much less than what they've already teased us with.
Exactly. Like,
Or it's for the more casual fan. Like this is like the first inside page that somebody would read about a book before they buy it.
dude, it's not even 3 paragraphs.
Yeah. Okay, I was playing devil's advocate, but apparently I lost. So,
Well, I'm just like, to your point, if this is to grab me,
The devil's
what
in the details.
what part of this is grabbing me? You know what I mean?
Just as some
The cool font is that
the
what's
cool
grabbing
font?
me? The cool
No,
font?
no,
cool,
no,
cool,
no.
cool, cool.
As if you were somebody who was getting into the Star Wars
No,
books,
it won't.
if you were getting into the Star Wars books for the very first time, and you were like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is about the Republic before, 200 years before,"
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
But yeah, my point has fallen flat. And
No,
I
it
think we
hasn't
need to
fallen
move
flat.
on.
I just, once again, I think that they would have been a little bit better, like more information. Look, we always want more info, right?
Something like the name. Give us a name. Give us
Yeah.
a date.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know, something
Well,
tangible
when-
that you can grab a hold of. There's
when most-
nothing to grab a hold of in that crawl.
Yeah.
When most text crawls start with "there is war,"
True.
this falls flat.
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, this is kind of like peace, prosperity, and then
Yeah.
at the end of the crawl, we get a now evil is
A now desperate
approaching.
rebellion. Fall. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
blah, blah, blah.
Well, Star Wars' very own Ewan
What?
McGregor,
Who
The man.
the man, the myth, the legend.
The dude.
has a new motorcycle documentary which you should watch?
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Seriously?
Yes,
Did
Oh.
you watch?
The Long
did you
Way
ever
Up.
see Long Way Down?
it's
Uh-uh.
amazing.
It was really good.
He's literally
yeah.
he's literally like filming the prequels during it. So he's like growing his Obi-Wan
Yeah.
beard, and he's like, "I'm growing this awesome beard. I'm so excited to be Obi-Wan," and it's amazing. Sorry,
You're
tangent.
good. I will totally watch it. So McGregor offers a new update on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show for the filming of Disney Plus. Because of COVID, we don't have to go into the immense amount of detail. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, and wait. Oh wait, other camera.
Yep.
Actually, it's closer to yours, but there's the man. What is with that camera? That camera is not having it. Anyway, there's Obi-Wan right up there.
I'll fix it.
Yes, we will have to fix it. So I'll get into this, and then we will move on to the rest of the news. So Star Wars legend Ewan McGregor has been getting ready to return to his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi for absolute ages now. We all know, once again,
Yes.
COVID. And because we finally have a definitive date, we know that this is actually going to happen, which is super excited
Yeah.
because there was a cancel rumor.
Yes, there was.
There was a cancel rumor. And you know what?
This show's had a
Right.
lot of rumors that
Yeah.
were quote unquote confirmed things.
Yeah.
Production is done. Production is starting. Filming is starting. Filming is completed. Like we've had a lot of like things
Yeah.
that are supposedly confirmed with this.
And I was
So it's
actually-
awesome to see something from him directly.
I was actually disappointed, too, because I was really looking... Deborah Chow is doing this entire show.
Yeah,
There has not been any other directors.
Which is why I think she's not a director on season 2 of The Mandalorian.
And that's exactly what I was going to say, is I'm disappointed to not see her...
I'm disappointed in the
Because-
director lineup, period. But I
I
don't.
wouldn't say that.
Nobody that
Surprised
I
there was no
okay.
Taika.
Taika's gone. Deborah's gone. I mean, we got Favreau. We've got Filoni, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But the other, I have not done the research to know who the other directors are. They could be great, but I was just so happy.
I have...
This was a side. I'm sorry, I'm like side railing us
Well,
again.
I have no doubts. I have no doubts in the picking qualities that Dave and John have to
I know,
pick these
yes,
directors.
I know.
But I am disappointed to not see
Deborah.
because Deborah
one
did
of my favorite episodes.
Chapter 3,
Yes.
The Sin, is, in my opinion, my favorite
The
episode
best.
besides episode 8, which is the season finale, which
Yeah.
it's hard to ever beat a
7
season
and
finale.
8 together are.
Yeah.
But the comedy in 8 is amazing.
Yeah, they're great. So
yes.
back to the Kenobi news. Once again, we had cancel rumors, but yes, he said that we were dealing with all of this craziness. The actor yesterday, which was October 10th, he was on the Norton show, and on that show he was asked about the spinoff series, and then he was able to confirm, quote, it's not all about me. It's
You were doing an
It's not
accent.
all
You know
about
what?
me, mate.
it kind of almost
getting
came
it.
out that way. I was like channeling the inner
Bloody
Kenobi.
hell.
I like him like being like super like dirty. It's not all about me.
Listen, it's just the worst kind of thing, you know. Anyway, wow, that was bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Woo. All the peaking of the mics.
Solid accent.
He said it's not all about me, but it certainly is a lot of me, which will be good. He teased before revealing, quote, we start shooting March of next year, which will be in March 2021.
I think one of the things that makes Ewan amazing is he's such a fanboy for the character that he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's so into it.
That was fire. Sorry.
Why was that thrown in?
Because people say, like, things are fire. Like, listen, it's fire. I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, like he's so like he's like a fan of the character who he plays.
Yeah.
And he gets so hyped to do him. We've already talked about like how amazed and excited he was to do the lightsaber fight with Darth Maul. I want that same excitement in this show.
I feel like any time you're dealing with anything that's involved with a legacy character, like now that I have him and we know that this is coming, the timeline that we have that's unanswered. Like, there's no way we get a McGregor now and we get a pre-Kenobi. Because remember, all these Jedi... First of all, who is burping?
I just did that.
Not me.
My God.
Flew it into the wall.
It did not work. It went right into my face.
Sorry.
Bounced off the wall.
Okay.
It's a bank shot.
The bank shot, yes. We built this studio to completely have burps blown off the wall into each other's
Yep.
faces. My God.
Burp ping pong.
Okay. We're not going to get the age of McGregor now and have a actual being trained as a Jedi before he becomes a Padawan, because if you read the
No,
Master
we
and
don't need that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So the only timeline that this fits is all the adventures after Episode 3 before Episode 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite books is the Kenobi book, which is like literally a year from not being a canon.
And it's
book.
I was going to say it's no longer canon,
It's
unfortunately.
So it's literally so close to being canon, and it doesn't disrupt any of the new canon either at all. Like
Yeah.
0% of the new canon from Disney is disrupted by this book. But it's such an awesome story.
There's a comic too.
There's such such an awesome story, and that's all I can hope that this show is. It's like
Yeah.
freshly stranded, trying to learn how to connect with Qui-Gon. He can't do it.
Yeah.
He knows that somehow it can be possible. He's done it this one other time.
Yeah.
At the end
But
of Revenge of the Sith, Yoda says, "Master Kenobi,
Yeah.
training I have for you," and he says
Yes.
training, and he says, a
Back
virgins in the
from-
Force, back
yeah.
back from the dead,
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
Qui-Gon,
You know Liam Neeson. You know Qui-Gon's going to be in the show.
At least a
Oh my
voice.
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even Liam Neeson was done for Rise of Skywalker,
Right.
so he's already come
He
back
just did
to
some quote about the character too, just like saying, "Oh, I loved him. I was proud to be part of."
Yeah.
So he'd be down.
I was
and I'm sure.
literally listening to
And that
the
Kenobi book is good.
the binge mode episode of Phantom Menace today, and we do have to do a whole Phantom Menace podcast episode, and we have to do a Phantom Menace commentary, Patreon.
Yep.
Patreon.
But like Liam Neeson just gone too soon, and that's something that's brought out in the gallery, that it was so important for Qui-Gon to win that fight. It truly was the duel of the fates, that he was fighting for the future of Anakin Skywalker. But not to get too sidetracked, Kenobi obviously will be the star of the show. We just know that I would love to see the training that is assigned through Yoda
Yes.
when he meets the Wills in
Yeah.
the unknown episodes of Clone Wars, and then we get to actually see that, because that is details. Even Trent asked me not that many months ago, not even that long ago, he was like, how does this happen? Like, how do these people learn it? Like, even it doesn't even make sense canonically for Ben unless Luke has taught Ben how to transcend the Force, because at the end of
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker, and once again, this is all stuff that can happen off screen. We have to put together the contextual clues. Contextual clues.
No.
Terrible pun.
Bro,
No.
come on.
many.
Terrible pun.
Dude, anything that is CON has to be changed into KON.
That's literally like me
No.
just saying anytime the person says just, I'm like,
So
Just.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh god.
Okay.
No.
I just
You're losing me on the
if I
soundboard.
see him don his Clone Wars gear,
don't say
I will
Dawn and
die.
Doff.
huh?
Dawn his Clone
see,
Wars gear, then Doff.
That's
after he's
something
finished.
that's something that I had the biggest fan theory of is in the first season of Mandalorian.
pack away his armor that you never see ever live action. If he packs away his General Kenobi, like the armor he has, like the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars.
There's no way we see
Yeah.
that in a Kenobi show, because
That'd be
in
awesome, though.
Revenge of the Sith it's already gone.
I know, but like, what if he's like memories?
Well, in like the mythos, I guess it doesn't matter.
He only wears it
but you see him carrying his like he's on
Rucksack.
Tatooine.
Yeah.
His rucksack's full of his Clone Wars.
This
armor.
is my question. Okay, mythos, but the Hot Toys version of the character does show 2 pieces of canon information that's really important. On the back of the Hot Toy is Anakin and Qui-Gon's lightsaber. This leads us to believe that the only way that Luke would ever get a green crystal
From Qui-Gon's?
is from
Oh,
Qui-Gon's
that would be
lightsaber.
awesome.
So if the Hot Toys are considered canon,
Is this the mythos hot toy you're talking about though? Where it's Alec
you keep
Guinness?
saying mythos. What is mythos?
Mythos is a line that like Sideshow makes, so it's not canon. Like I just bought the Boba Fett Mythos. It's the one where he's decked out
In
in
the
like,
the ponchos.
Yeah,
And
okay, I got you.
There's also an Obi-Wan one, but it's Alec Guinness or
No.
Guinness.
This is Ewan McGregor hot toy.
Oh, see, I haven't seen the
Yeah.
only McGregor hot toy I've seen is his Clone Wars one coming out. You're talking about a different one?
No, so even in Clone Wars, the cartoon, we only see a couple episodes where Obi-Wan has the full like collar
Armor,
piece and
yeah.
chest piece. In
General
the,
Kenobi.
In the
yeah.
Tarkovsky version, we see him like
Oh.
full clone armor. He even has a
Oh,
helmet at one point.
Tarkovsky.
But
Okay.
in the Clone Wars, we really only see most Jedi wear the bracers.
It's one of my favorite Black Series I got.
It's
And,
It looks
and
amazing.
they do have the collar
This
piece, the
and the
kind of like the
shins.
pauldron type
Yeah.
deal.
Chest piece, the pauldron.
the shins
Yeah.
and the boots.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got on this tangent. This one was
We're
far
talking
off.
about the
Talking
most
about
popular
if he-
character
if,
in
like,
Star Wars.
Something in the show, like
Is
he's
he though?
packing
He
it
should
in.
be.
Because of Obi-Wan.
Because exactly.
Dude, Darth Vader's the most popular Star Wars character.
I don't know if he is anymore.
For sure.
Yeah, no, he is.
He is. Yeah, for sure.
Dark-
But anyway, that's a whole nother discussion.
Dark Vader.
Okay, really quick. Thoughts and ideas. Kenobi show, we've kind of discussed it. It really has to be the untold story after Revenge of the Sith. Do we kind of all agree?
I feel like that's the only option.
Yeah. Is there anything particular that you are currently expecting? I'm expecting huge action because it's already Deborah Chow. Deborah Chow has shown
I'm
that
expecting some Sand People fightings.
Mhm.
I'm expecting some Tatooine outposty style things. I'm expecting the Lars family with a baby Luke that like no reason that it has to be anybody fancy, just
Yeah.
because we know that they have communication with old Ben.
Right.
Like we know that like they're not strangers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be more like a rural country lifestyle. Like here's a day's ride to the west is old
Yeah.
Ben type of things.
Now let me give you a little fan theory.
Okay.
Okay.
Thin fan theory.
Fan theory.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yes. Do any of you know the name Shehed Het?
It's a sand person.
Yes. And they're important. Do you
Is
know
that
why they're
the-
important?
Is that the Jedi sand? No, that's not the.
Yes. So the reason why Shehed Het is important is this is no longer canon. He eventually
He
becomes
left the Jedi and went to them.
so he's one of the survivors of Order 66. And he eventually becomes a amazing Sith Lord Darth Krayt. But that's not important. What is important is Obi-Wan ends up battling Sand People,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and one of them draws a green lightsaber. They fight. They then stop, and he's like, "Bro, my dude, my guy, why are you fighting me? We both have lightsabers. You're clearly not a Tusken Raider."
Yeah.
And it's cool because we get the perspective from the Mandalorian where they're doing the woo woo. For audio listeners, I'm doing what I think is hand gesturing because they are obvious sentient beings, and they've always been depicted as mindless creatures, especially by Anakin.
They're a warrior cult. To me, Sand People remind me of like an African warrior tribe.
Listen. It's Tusken Raiders, okay? They don't like
Okay.
sand people. No, I'm just
So
kidding.
they remind me of an
Racist.
African warrior tribe
Yeah.
because they're very focused on the men of the tribe and then breeding warriors.
Yes.
And the women, their only point is to support the men that are warriors, and they're going out and they're conquering, they're fighting,
Yeah.
they're raiding, and that's kind of what I associate them with, which would be awesome to see fighting like a just hermit Ben would be amazing.
And I would just love to see a Shehed Het canonization because this could
Yeah,
lead.
that could be awesome.
Well, in
Another Order 66 survivor,
yeah, and
like low key told about, would be amazing.
yeah, and this could just lead into a whole nother realm of
Comic books would
EU
spin off
stuff.
of that immediately.
Yes, there's just so much. So I would like to see Obi-Wan kind of more so make friends with Tusken Raiders, just like Mando did and whatnot. I would definitely like to see some protection of baby Luke. He's trying to keep the name hidden. The whole point is they separate the twins so that the Emperor can't find them. Why you bring them back to, I don't know, the family that he's actually a
Don't
part
bring
of.
it
like,
up.
Yeah, that's a whole
Yeah.
loophole. That's just Star Wars. But final thoughts. Anybody else?
Niles, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, I'm super psyched about it more than anything because he's my favorite character. I just wonder, like, the story. Because I'm thinking in my head, like, are they just going to make it completely isolated, or are they going to somehow connect it? And I feel like they can't really connect it to anything that's already happened without. It seems like messing things up too
Yeah.
much. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it seems like it's going to have to be some kind of.
If you haven't
standalone,
read that book,
isolated-
I would suggest like buying that book, like listen to an audiobook of it or something.
Yeah.
That Kenobi book is where I'm kind of getting my whole basis of what I want the show to be.
Do you not think that one of my favorite Star Wars scenes, and that would actually be a really cool episode for us to do, Justin, is just favorite Star Wars scenes and why they mean so much to us?
Yeah.
And if you do not know who Hero Productions is on YouTube, please look up Hero Productions. He makes some of the coolest, and I'm going to tag him in this and send him this clip specifically. He makes the most amazing collage montage type videos, and he has this Obi-Wan one specifically where Obi-Wan is talking to Luke, and he says, the Jedi Knights were the keepers of guard, before the dark times, before the Empire.
Yeah.
And then he goes, you knew my father, and he was the best starfighter in the galaxy, right?
Oh, I'm getting chills just like
That scene when he's just talking to Luke, I think that there is a point in time where so much has happened, kind of like I don't want to say Dazed and Confused because that's a movie from the 90s. But there's a point where the day after day of being in a desert type planet when the sun is beating down on you, the same routine every day, the protecting of Luke, he literally could have forgotten things that where he came from.
Yeah.
But I think that if you add that in, there are points or conclusions where somebody like Ahsoka could fit in.
I don't remember owning a droid.
Yeah.
Just things like that. Shout outs to R4 who got destroyed and he just didn't care about R4 apparently. Like, my goodness.
By the way, can we have...
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about So, Jordan for the shelf, as we talked about in the YouTube video.
Relevance of this
Yes.
episode right now.
We're going to go to
timing.
camera 1. He literally brought Old Man Ben, a 3.75 inch figure, and we're putting it
Perfect.
right
by
next to
Right.
Maul.
So I'm gonna chop you in half, fool.
If
Li-
that ends up being a live action
I just that's the
moment...
thing.
Okay.
How could they do that?
And
though?
that's another question. Would you like to see things that are cartoon become live action?
No, I don't need the old Ben killing Darth Maul. I don't need
you
to see
already
that.
did though.
That's what I'm saying. I
Like-
don't need to see that.
Yeah,
in
that's
live
what
action.
that's the question.
I would
is-
have loved to see it, but I'm like, God, they can't have another interaction between them. Like they've already did it in Rebels.
the
And
book
they
is
did it,
closed.
like-
They
Yeah,
did
it's
it
like-
in Clone Wars or Rebels so good.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben was like, it's like, please. So that,
Yeah.
Or even having an after monologue or something about it later. Like
wouldn't-
an
that-
episode
that would be
starts,
cool.
An episode starts with
but then
him
they'd have to
talking
have Alec
about...
Guinness's likeness, which would kind of mess
No,
things up.
no. Just like Obi-Wan waking up the next day to like monologue and talk about it.
But they would have to have Alec Guinness's likeness to do that, which doesn't fit.
Nah. Yeah, I guess that would work, but
Obviously, I think we're all excited. Like Niles said, Niles,
excited.
he is your favorite character.
Well,
There's a lot.
I shouldn't say my favorite. Speaking of which, I have my
Uh-oh.
toy for the
Uh-oh.
show.
Oh, no.
Oh, you have
No.
your
You guys
toy.
know who it is.
He
though.
has
Show
a
me
trinket.
He's
show
been
me
hiding in here all day.
what you got? Yes. What?
This is,
Yes.
this is a Star Wars Celebration Special edition Watto Funko.
In a protective case.
Here.
You can take it out. He doesn't have to be in the case.
No,
You can take it
No,
out.
no, you
Yeah.
leave him in there for now. Here,
Okay.
give it to me. Give it to me. Let's go to the wide angle shot where it's gonna start glitching.
No.
You totally can
Get
take
the
it
no,
out.
Dewback out of here. No Dewback.
Oh my god.
Reverse Dewback.
Oh,
There we go.
Stormtrooper.
Beautiful.
You got it. You got it.
You
Just- it's icing on the cake.
Love
That
it.
Yes.
is amazing.
That's so awesome. Thank
And
you.
there's no camera angle currently that shows him, but we will get there. We need like a roving camera where I can just be like, hey, look, this
we
is
need
it.
to mount a camera from the ceiling that's down, shooting at
Yeah, just on the
shelf
stuff on the
it's-
shelf.
itself.
Cameraman
So
out
the
there.
two new additions to the shelf is we have a 3.75 Old Man Ben from Jordan, and we have the amazing pop filter. That's not
Pop
it.
filter. I've been working on podcast stuff too long.
Yes.
Star Wars Celebration.
Thank you.
Pop
Chicago.
figure.
Yeah, take
number
it
two-
over.
It was
number
the Chicago
298 from Star Wars Celebration Chicago 2019.
Actually, Justin, could you pull that off the shelf for just a second? Put it on your camera right here.
Here, let me.
Or Niles.
there, I can
do
hold it
that.
because I can see where it's at.
The clear box kind of probably makes some glare.
I'm definitely buying another one.
He's like, one was not enough.
There you go.
You can take it out though. I don't really.
What
don't
though?
care.
Yes,
Man,
good,
that's a good one. That's a good one. All
There's
right,
a Nubian.
back on the shelf.
Impressive.
There you go.
I also have some
Most impressive.
Kill Key
Ooh,
Factory
yeah.
slap stickers. for you.
Listen, the shameless plug. Niles at
Get
Kill
it out
Key
there.
Factory. So we tried to make it play earlier. We have the ad that you've heard for Kill Key Factory. Use coupon KKC
It's upside down.
2020. Okay,
It's upside down.
it's upside down, Justin.
not.
KKC 2020 at the Kill Key Factory at Etsy to get free
that on the shelf?
shipping on
Forever
your
there.
order.
Dude.
Yep.
Okay.
I was not
Do it.
expecting that.
Guys, we need to wrap up this episode. We have more news to get into.
Yeah.
Some of the news, we are not just Star Wars, so there is some pop culture stuff, but I'm going to pull some of this stuff up.
upside down.
And basically, some of the news, we're going to get right into it. iPhone 12 got announced, and the reason why I had to add this is because one of the things that we try to do on this podcast is, especially like on the Instagram, we always want to post like
Yeah.
really nice pictures. Like, I don't really ever want it to be just like iPhone pictures. I do photography.
Pro.
Only the finest of DSLR.
Exactly.
Photos.
I do
Mirrorless or
do.
nothing.
I
Right.
do take
you
and
do.
photography as a hobby, and that's a whole thing. But so the iPhone 12 got announced, and I knew this was going to happen because Android already has had 5G phones and
Yeah.
Apple didn't. So
Yeah,
it
we
was
knew
only
that
a
was
matter
gonna
of
be.
time. So the iPhone 12, the biggest point of information that I will put, and we posted screenshots on the Instagram and on the Facebook page, and we all have them in our notes, is for me, there is an Adobe RAW, or what they're calling is Apple Pro RAW.
A raw format.
A
dot
raw format, which is huge because when you're going into Lightroom and other photo editing apps,
Yeah.
having a raw photo like that
Yeah.
file type is, you can make them ginormous. I guess the only thing that will hold it back still is a lot of people think you need pixels. Let me tell you guys.
You do not.
That's
Eh,
only for blowing up into poster size.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could take an 8 megapixel camera and a 20 megapixel camera and they could give you the same image. Now, if you're trying to put one on a bulletin board, yeah.
Bulletin board.
Bulletin.
What?
You said bulletin.
Bulletin?
Bulletin.
Listen, a bulletin board is something that you have at work, okay? Same
My
thing.
God.
You
Billboard?
need
A billboard is different.
bulletin
than
board.
Oh my God.
Listen, we're getting a bulletin
A
board for the
bullet-
studio. Okay.
A bull board and a bulletin.
You
board.
the raw photo is super important. It is really cool.
I like it raw.
I like that they've gone. I like that they've gone back to the square design of the iPhone.
Yes,
Yes.
I like the metal
Yes.
square.
I'm loving that Pacific blue.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that color.
So, what iPhone do you have currently, Niles?
6S Plus.
Okay.
So I think
Oh,
that's,
dang, you're
I
really.
know.
Really
I'm
far
dying.
behind.
Yeah,
My
bro, you're
camera-
pushing it.
My camera doesn't even work, and the battery lasts for like a half hour.
Yeah.
I literally just saw you pull out your power pack to plug up your phone.
So
that was for Disney. Yeah, it
So
would not
I
last.
actually had to upgrade my phone because I had a 7S Plus,
Mhm.
and the battery life lasted half a day.
Oh,
and so
yeah, mine.
I had
an
to
hour.
upgrade to the RX. To
Yeah.
Just
What is
be
that? A
able to
prescription?
have- Yeah.
The,
Oh, no,
the XR. the XR. That's what I have.
I've
It
been
was so
hanging
bad
around
I had
Connor
to get
too
on
long.
drugs.
I love how my reading disability is affecting other people.
Jordan got a
Was
prescription.
the 6? They skipped the number, right?
He
It wasn't
goes-
6
he goes-
years ago.
They went to the 8.
Oh, that's right.
They went to the 8,
my
and then they
God.
got the X, which I'm rocking the
There was
X.
there was
there
a
was
7.
there was no 9.
There was a 7, 8,
There was-
no 9.
there was
then
no
a-
9.
Then there was the X.
There was the
And the
X is
11.
what I have.
So
and then-
mine's-
then they have the 11 and then the 11.
So it's 5 years old.
Yeah.
Mine's 5 years old.
That's a good life.
Um,
Dude. You got a good lifespan out of that.
Some other
Yeah.
key points is they are getting a new display, and the
Yep.
amazing part of this display is two things. One, you will be able to record with 4K HDR Dolby Vision. That's actually
crap.
insane. They are the only people.
Isn't there a 4th camera on the Pros too?
No, it's just 3.
It's just
Three.
3.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still just 3. Dolby Vision is amazing, bro. The mask.
Bro, you're
Can
you're
you hear that?
ma-
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, we
yeah. Of course
could.
we can hear that.
You can't hear me
Um,
talk, but you can hear
Some
me
of the other
smack.
things that came up with it is that all the phones are 5G
Yes,
now.
super
Yeah.
important.
And also, the phones will no longer come with earbuds, and they will no longer come with
What?
wall chargers.
Why? What?
Yeah, you didn't hear
What?
about that?
No.
Yeah, they're not coming with earbuds or wall
Are they
Wait,
chargers
using-
where,
anymore.
where's
on.
a sound clip that
Hold on.
perfectly emulates my
Wait.
emotions
Are
right
they
now.
doing
No wall
USB?
charging.
Are these USB-C or Lightning?
USB-C.
So there's
Thank
still
God.
no.
Have to be.
No. There's still USB Lightning,
No.
USB-C Lightnings.
They don't come
Wait.
with the cord.
What do you mean?
They-
so it's a
We're so
USB-C on
confused
one
right
end and a Lightning on the other?
No,
That's
no.
ridiculous.
It's a trap.
Why are the
indeed.
iPads and the MacBooks all
no,
USB-C?
No. So there's still
Poor
actually
Jordan.
going to be
We're shooting the messenger so hard.
Yeah, I
Jordan,
know.
shut
Does
up.
it come? with
Jordan,
the
why are you
cord?
talking right now?
I had to take notes. So the way they describe the USB Lightning, because it can be plugged in either way, is they call it a USB-C Lightning.
What?
But no.
So
they're-
is it a USB-C or is it not?
It's
They're
the
two
same
different-
that it's always had,
They're
right?
physically two different sizes.
okay? You guys look it up on your spare time.
No,
Okay.
tell us, Slicer.
Yeah, you're our tech.
No. It is a USB Lightning. So they're still coming out with
Same
a
thing.
USB Lightning.
So it's a 8-bit, which is an 8-prong.
Yeah.
It is still an 8-prong
Yeah.
Lightning, meaning 4 on top, 4 on the bottom.
Yeah. But they're not coming out with the wall mount for it anymore. That's not going to come in the box. Neither is a headphone jack that plugs into
I
the
don't
Lightning
care about that.
either.
I'm
So-
AirPod Pro or
so-
nothing.
Apple's
But
entire
so how are they supporting it?
So basically, Apple's going at this as, look, we've been putting out phones long enough
I feel
that
like this-
there's enough chargers out there.
That's
No,
see,
I feel like this phone is an in-between step
Aren't they
in
trying to make them
technology.
wireless?
first of all,
charge?
there's no way it's an in between because
Yeah,
this is it's a new body style, and
Yeah.
it's 5G. This is not an in
No,
between.
Yes, it is
no,
because
no.
charger ports, things like that.
First
this
of
is
all,
in between.
no, the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 11 are the same phone. This is not an in between phone.
This
So-
is in between what will be next because they're going to go.
Yeah.
They're inevitably going to convert to USB-C, just like all of their other technology has converted to USB-C.
So the way Apple usually works is that when they come out with new technology or they come out with a new body or whatever, they usually come out with it's one phone or one phone and a secondary phone. The fact that they're coming out with 4 different phones for this version tells me that this is, like Justin said, an in-between.
God dang it. That's why
I think
never-
I'm going to get 11 Pro while it's cheap is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you should. But right now what they're doing is that they're trying to reduce their carbon footprint is their justification for reducing having a wall outlet and as well as not having earbuds anymore because they've been out long enough that you can get those somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Be like Apple. Are you coming out with USB-C?
I never asked that question until after I've done it.
Like, come on.
Wait. Who was that?
that was Han.
No, it's
Oh
not.
my
Yeah, it was
God,
on.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, like you said,
Come on, Apple.
Justin, my iPad Pro is USB-C. It is. I guess it doesn't really matter to me what
And
the phone. It doesn't matter to me what plugs into the phone.
It does. That's not true.
Why is that
100%.
not true?
Based off of your own voice. When Apple switched from their old school charger port to a Lightning, you lost your mind so much that you emailed Apple and made them give you money back because you had bought a new iPad and then they switched to Lightning and you lost your crap so hard that
Not
you
for
went,
the iPad Pro. This
It
is
does-
different.
I
This
do-
is not
dude,
a phone.
It's not the same. It's still a
This is not a phone.
It is a proprietary. No, that was for an
Proprietary.
iPad. It was for a proprietary plug that they switched from their old wide one to Lightning, and you lost your crap because you had bought it for like 6 months because we were playing Clash of Clans heavily, and I remember.
I literally don't remember what
you
you're
take
talking
it
about at all. But what I do know is that literally after the iPhone 6, they stopped including the Lightning to 35
the little
millimeter.
dongle.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
they
dongle.
stopped.
Yeah.
The other thing they really need to stop doing.
Stop
and
doing proprietary crap.
Well, this is an Apple thing, and it's never going to stop. Is you can buy third-party stuff that connects things that work. This is the longest standing dongle that I've had that has continued to work. Now this is USB-C to 35 millimeter and Lightning. This is USB-C to USB-C and 35 millimeter, so that I can
3.5
plug.
millimeter.
Yes, so that I can plug my iPad Pro up to a charger and use headphones at the same time. Now I don't know what it is with Apple when they put out updates to make that crap not work
It
anymore.
doesn't make sense that their newest and best iPads and newest and best computers are all USB-C, which can send and receive. You plug like on my MacBook, I have 2 USB-C ports.
I have a theory
It's
about this. Continue.
It's a charger as well as it's a input for iPlug-in adapter,
The
and
new
I just put
iPads
whatever
are
I want.
USB-C.
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I didn't know that. Then why are they still using the?
That's
the
what
lightning?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This
I
is
didn't
an
know.
in
I thought
between.
it
Put
was
the
all
camera
lightning.
on me. Put it on me. Listen, I'm gonna drop some knowledge.
Oh.
Siri,
Oh,
shut up.
Jesus.
Siri's
now
already
he's
trying to
on.
listen
Now
to
he's
me.
on my side. I like it.
No, I'm not on your side. Not at all. The reason why
you're on the
Apple
wrong
did
side.
this is because
They want to make money.
No, Windows and Android went USB-C, and Apple thought that they were going to lose a section of the market. So they came out with a new iPad that is better than most laptops. 10,000% true. Fight me in the comments.
I'm not going to fight you in that.
This
I agree.
this iPad Pro does more. You know what? The only thing this does not do is it cannot run streaming services like OBS and stuff like that, right? I edit all my photos on here. I no longer need Photoshop. I no longer need my computer to edit photos. I can literally wirelessly stream my new DSLR to this iPad in a backpack, and every photo I take, it immediately goes to my iPad. It is amazing.
I can do that with my iPhone 6 though.
That doesn't have
Not
a
to
working
rain in your
camera.
parade. Yeah, but I can
cannot do that.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
my
you can.
my new phone, my new Canon, I have I have the app on this phone. If I take a picture, it shows up on here.
Okay, that's different. That's
How
well, it's
so?
not different, but that's not my point. They went USB-C to try to open up to a wider market, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're Apple. We don't need to do that. Our people are going to buy the crap that we need them to buy anyway." You see what I'm saying?
It's not going to happen. It's going to be next model will be USB-C.
I don't doubt that. I'm just saying, like, they thought that that they didn't have to do that. So like they tried to do USB-C for a second. Like it doesn't make sense for that this iPad. It doesn't make sense, and I would love to know a reason why this iPad is USB-C, right? This is USB-C, which, well, I guess you can kind of see it. Anyway, it's USB-C, and the new iPhone is not. It does not make sense.
Nope.
And all their all their computers are going to it also.
So
There's no standard USB-A, which is like what everybody knows as a USB plug-in. There's zero on the MacBook that I have.
Right.
There's just two USB-Cs, and that is it.
the question is now at this point, are you getting any version of iPhone 12?
I was going to until the specs, which
Yeah.
I was hyped about the picture, all that stuff. I think what I'm going to do is get a 11 Pro because it's going to drop dramatically.
Yeah.
And it will
Yeah,
do...
but you have a 10. It already has the same camera.
No, it doesn't.
You do.
Because I only have two on the back.
All
of
you
mine.
don't have is the low light.
Yeah.
You don't.
And
It's
it'll
not
be-
needed.
It will be needed.
It's not needed. There's no.
I disagree, sir.
As a literal photographer,
As a literal photographer, I say it's needed.
it's not. It's not needed. The third camera is not needed. Getting the iPhone 11 as the price goes down is not a bad idea because the camera is not changing. That is a really good
The
idea.
camera is different than the X, though. It's better than the X.
Yeah.
As somebody who has an XR,
It's not the same as an
Can
XR.
it do 3D
this
photos?
is the absolute worst iPhone I have ever had in my life.
XR? Yeah.
It is
Oh.
What about the 5C?
I'd rather have a. I'd
That was
almost
worse.
the thing that holds back the 5C. This is taking way too long talking about stupid iPhones. The 5. I'm not even going to answer that question. My goodness, am I getting this phone? Yes. The reason why I'm getting this phone is because I have an XR, and the XR is absolute crap. What version I will be getting is I will be getting the iPhone 12 Pro, and I will be getting a 512 model, which is a price tag of $1,300.
Niles?
I'm getting the Pro Max. I have a 6S Plus, which is like
yeah.
There
due
you
for
go.
an
It's
Yeah,
time for
yeah.
an update.
So I'm dying, and I can't
Well,
go back to a smaller one.
And you if you've had the bigger
Ooh,
screen,
see,
the
I want to argue with
6.7.
that.
Yeah.
I want to argue about
If
that.
I had an iPad, I might just get a regular size. But I used to have an iPad. Then I got the Plus, and I was like, found that I never used my iPad because the screen on this was so big.
I want
We
to
don't
argue
need
with
to-
you.
we don't need
I
to
wanna
argue
with you.
anymore
Look,
about
no,
iPhones.
Niles, I want you to
Yes.
look. I want you to look at our two phones next to each other.
Jeebus.
Well, I know. Yeah, the full screen is probably
It's
bigger.
a bigger screen and less pocket size.
Yes,
I
let's
do
talk
love
about
the
your
Xbox.
phone that is
But the
5
new-
years newer than Niles' phone.
Okay,
I'm just saying
you
the
realize
giant
the new,
phone is
the
too
new
big.
Plus
All
will
right.
be this size.
All right.
and
We have
it'll
some
go the
news
whole
to wrap
time.
up.
Yes,
Let's do
we
this.
have
Shut
news.
up, Jordan.
Listen, Jordan.
This is gonna have our first podcast fight. This is the first podcast.
And of course, it's about
Podcast
Apple. But the best thing about it is
We're all pro Apple. You're like, don't you tell me.
It's almost like we're Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
Apple is
yeah.
better.
We're all Apple users. No one here is an Android, and we're like, listen, screw you, guy. Wait, it's got to be the listen, guy. Listen, I don't. That was a
Listen.
horrible Schmidt right now.
I'm
Anyway,
Terrible.
I want to pull
Yeah.
out a Note 2.
Note 2.
Those are Android things, right?
Yeah, they are.
okay, listen.
Awful.
Right now, we are going to go into the news.
Oh, God. We're just going into the news.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, nope. That's the wrong one. Wait, here we go.
It's true. All of it.
There we go. Okay, so more news. We will fly through this because this is taking a long time. Leia manga confirmed, which that was posted on the Instagram as well. Super excited. We touched on that. The big sword that she is holding is super important. We hope that it
Yes.
has other things involved in it. As me
Awesome.
and Justin stated in our non-spoiler version of Mulan, of which we'll be giving a non-spoiler free reaction and rating to the Mulan. Mulan absolutely killed it in sales. So anybody
Good.
who is on the road of this is not going to happen, this is not going to be the future
What's
of
the date
streaming.
that it goes to straight up Disney Plus?
December.
December?
Yeah, December 1st. Disney, this is absolutely huge. Now, we should spend some time to talk about this.
Okay.
The actual thing is Disney is now focusing on streaming. So there's been an actual business announcement that they are focusing on just streaming, like streaming services. So they are putting a
They're
huge
leaning in.
focus
It's been
into
it's been productive for 'em.
Exactly. Does anybody have any thoughts as to, we've talked about it on the podcast before, the future of, and Regal Theaters just announced that they're closing their doors. The
That's
second
crazy.
largest
Really?
theater chain.
To AMC is number one.
Whoa.
Yes, AMC is number one, Regal is two, and Regal is shutting their doors. So to Disney
Wow.
to say this. So does anybody have any? I'm going to pull up the article.
I think it makes sense in the world that we live in right now. I think that theaters are going to slowly turn into what drive-ins were for me as a kid.
Yeah.
They were going to be few and far between. They're going to be an awesome experience.
Sad, but yeah.
And I feel like they're going to slowly shift into a on-demand society.
The article reads, Disney is going
Thanks
all
for the
in
reactions.
on streaming media. No, we've talked about it before.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. I just want to read the article real quick. On Monday, the company announced that the massive dude, come on,
Stop laughing.
Okay, this is what's important is, and this is what was mentioned in their business announcement, is that they have a massive reorganization of its media and entertainment business. Reorganizing,
What?
and the word massive, it's not a coincidence. That
Those
is
are adjectives.
Yes, that is something that is active. It's happening.
It almost seems like they're like, yeah, we're not doing movies anymore. We're just doing streaming. I mean, for them to say that, because they make it sound pretty drastic.
I didn't take it as that way. I just thought that they're reorganizing how these things are going to be released and in which format.
It's like they already were like, the streaming service already was a huge focus, and now they're like, we're doubling down on this. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing too is Disney has 50 million subscribers on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Do you like that kind of money, especially in a Corona environment that we're in now, can't be ignored. So for them to switch gears, and like I just said, for Mulan to be as successful as it is, it was considered a financial success.
I feel like it was a slow burn, but once it caught, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah, and that isn't that is how I would wish to take it. And I've said this before. I would rather take in my media at my house, personal use, on my own time.
I just got an investment idea. Invest into like Klipsch right now, before everyone starts building out their home theaters.
Yeah,
for
literally.
a world when everything is like theaters are gone and you need to have your actual home theater.
Start a business of just creating home theaters in other people's homes. Contactless.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like just eyeglasses.
Peacock now is on Roku, which is good.
Yes, it is.
For Office fans. For free. For absolute free.
That's free?
If you are an Office fan like myself, like
And
everybody,
Parks and Rec.
we're getting to that, is
Yeah.
gone. But it will be on...
It's on Peacock. I've been watching it
yeah,
on Peacock.
It'll be on Peacock. Office is leaving Netflix at the end of the year, or it's the 1st of December. I can't remember.
Parks and Rec is gone.
It's
Yeah.
already
and I immediately downloaded Peacock because
Yeah.
it's like one of my like get home from work and laugh while I cook dinner type of shows.
Now,
Yeah.
pro tip: you can go on Amazon, eBay, Well, be careful with the eBay if it's used. If you buy the Netflix or Office or Parks and Recs, when you buy the DVDs, you will get a digital code,
Yeah.
and that will you'll be able to have it on your iPhone, your Android, whatever, all that
TikTok's
stuff.
free though.
TikTok
now.
so far the ban has been pushed back. However, the delays for the app or the I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Basically, there has been nerfs. I don't know how else to put it on the app. You cannot currently create a new account, and if you do not already have the app on your phone until this whole ban situation or the deal goes through, you cannot re-download the app. So if you already have the app, you have access to it. If you do not have it, you will not have it.
Right.
The Doom trailer came out and the movie got delayed. Not really a surprise.
Not a surprise at all.
Has everybody here watched the Doom trailer?
It looks.
I keep saying Doom.
Dune.
Dune. D-U-N-E.
Yes.
Yes.
I know what you meant.
I'm super excited. I love the original Dune.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that our current situation that we're in, we're missing a lot of like other sci-fi stories besides.
This is such a great story.
Yeah.
Deep cut story. Like it was more of the underdog of the sci-fi universe
Yep.
previously, and I can't wait to get like some solid treatment to it.
So not to get too sidetracked, but how did
we're going
everyone how did everyone get introduced to Dune?
My dad.
High school. We had to write a story on nonfiction, and so I started Googling nonfictions because I didn't want to do Star Wars, and that's how I discovered Dune. So I got the book. I actually listened to the book on tape.
Cassette.
Yes, cassette. And that's what I wrote my story on. So Dune for me, and then I watched the movie from the 80s.
Dune is the only series of books that, as I grew up, my dad had more Dune books than Star Wars or Star Trek. Like he
That's
had tons
awesome.
of Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah.
He had tons of Legends, or they were called the EU at the day in that time.
Yeah.
But Dune was like his favorite, and it was so like the underdog. I remember watching VHS recorded off of network television miniseries of, because Dune has been done a lot of times.
Yeah.
And it's been done various ways, like low budget, high budget, mid budget. I've seen every single one like my entire life. So I'm super hyped to see. I want to see some spice. I want to see some Dune.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait.
It looks really, really good. It looks really good.
Wadi.
The last bit of news. Well, there's actually one more thing, but I don't know if everybody saw it yet. But Avatar 2.
The blue people or the arrow tattoo head?
Dude, every freaking time. The blue people.
I've been hearing about Avatar.
The Last Airbender.
God, it's like
You've been hearing about the
I'm always
cartoon
hearing
because it
about
came
Avatar.
to Netflix.
I didn't even like.
He doesn't know which
I
one
didn't-
we're talking about right
He
now.
doesn't.
Huh?
Do you know which one we're talking about?
Avatar?
James Cameron this time.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
The blue people this time.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Wow.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I'm always hearing like, oh, Avatar this, Avatar that. It's like, one, nothing ever comes out, and two, the movie wasn't that.
No,
I
it's
don't
not
get
that
it.
good.
What?
No.
I don't get.
Okay.
The
No, that
hype.
movie was not that good.
Okay.
It's like, dude.
Okay.
Oh God.
Listen,
The
shout
ride is good.
outs to Chris from the FOMO cast because he
No
also
shout-outs for him.
he also thinks the movie isn't that good.
I don't get.
Even though Chris
Oh,
has
You
a
know
really
what? You know what? Shout outs to Chris.
Yeah.
listen, we love
Period.
Chris, okay? But listen, the movie guys,
Movie's not good.
what part of the second highest grossing movie ever is
It's-
not good? I'm not
It's
understanding.
4
It's-
letters.
it's good except for it
HYPE.
Spell that again.
HYPE.
Oh, there you go.
It just had hype.
Yeah.
That's all it had behind it. The movie itself
like
was
the
not good.
technological was like when I went to go see it, it's like, oh my god, it's like this new.
There's a
3D.
different. Yes.
It's like, okay,
Gorgeous.
I saw it. I was like, okay, that was cool. But I'm like, but the movie was just like mediocre, and the 3D even was kind of like.
I saw that in IMAX,
Yeah, I did.
like
I
in
think I did
IMAX
too.
3D, and I
Yeah.
was like,
Meh.
tight.
And I just like everybody's kind of talking about Avatar. Oh my god, when's the next
I like
Avatar?
how angry Connor's getting
Like,
right now.
who
I
cares?
will side with you too. I do feel like it was.
You're on my side of the table.
Get out of here.
Like-
I will say that it felt like a very trendy movie to go see.
It's because you've had that story told to you a million times, and I get that. but the movie is still good. You can't tell me that the Na'vi, which is the native people,
That movie
riding
was
those
just
cool freaking
literally-
dragon things
That
was not
movie
freaking
was
cool.
literally Fern Gully with CG.
Oh,
I will say I enjoyed the Animal
Argue
Kingdom
that.
version.
How is it not Fern Gully with CG?
I enjoyed
yo,
the
Fern
Animal
Gully
Kingdom.
sucks.
I enjoyed the Animal Kingdom section that was for Pandora, which was
It's a
Avatar.
gorgeous.
That's awesome.
More
Gorgeous.
than I
The movie
enjoyed the
sucks.
movie.
Okay, well let's.
Yeah.
The news is
If
not
you like
done.
that movie, you have bad taste.
So to your point, if the movie is not that good, which is fine,
Yep.
they finished filming Avatar 2.
And 3.
They're almost done with 3.
Yeah.
How do you
Really?
come out with? How do you like revamp a franchise that late?
Because the filming is next to nothing, and it's all in post-production CG and stuff.
Well, I'm really
Realistically.
hoping. I'm really hoping that they. Like how 2 ends is just it has to be like the best cliffhanger that makes you want to see 3, because I don't know. I don't even know how they
didn't
continue
really
the story.
have an ending where you're like,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, how do they continue the story? Maybe
Yeah.
there's another side of the planet where there's.
they burned down another section of the rainforest.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but anyway,
James
the,
Cameron.
the last bit is the Monster Hunter trailer. Literally came out
Oh
today.
my God.
Yes.
Did anybody else watch it?
I
did.
watched it because I didn't know it came out today.
I
and
sent it to you, didn't I?
James sent it,
Okay.
and he was like, "Oh my god, have you seen it?" And I was like, "No, like, what are you talking about?"
Okay. Did you watch it?
Yes, it looks amazing.
I think
Oh.
that this is the most hot trash movie I've ever seen in my
Now
life.
you're just
I-
trying to troll back.
No,
right
no, no,
now.
no, 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 no. Let me tell you why.
Well, I guess it depends if you played the games.
I have played the games, and that's what makes it hot trash.
Yeah.
First of all, why are there modern day U.S. Marines in the desert? Why are we recreating Transformers 1? Why
Yeah.
am I
I
why
can
am I
see that.
watching
I can see
Josh?
that.
What's his name in the
Hartnett?
desert? Some monster is going under the sand, and then we're shooting at it. Guys, that's been done before.
Yeah.
That's not how the story is made. This is high fantasy. Why in the world are we mixing modern? Are you
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah, I'm
It is so
Yeah.
bad.
So-
The best comment on the IGN page is, "I'm so hyped for this. 2020 has been missing a good comedy."
okay. Look,
It is so bad.
Comment.
It
You
is
know
so
what?
bad.
I'm on your side.
It is so bad.
Yeah, it's gonna
So-
be bad.
It's high fantasy, and they're mixing it with modern day things.
To be
They-
fair, before I started talking about it, I did only watch 5 seconds.
Oh my God.
What do you mean you only watch? It's only a 1-minute
I know,
trailer.
I watched like a little bit and I got busy.
Oh, Jeebus.
You're the worst.
So,
So-
okay, you go and then I'll go.
So, I'm
I'm gonna cut you off. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Connor sent this to me today, and I watched it, and I had seen the previous trailers, and it was okay. I loved the entire trailer until they started bringing the military aspect into it,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, no, I don't want that. I really don't. By the way, Mila Djokovic, you were
Mila
already
Jovovich.
sure she was already in
Ugh.
Resident Evil.
Thermal
She
bandages.
does not need to be in another video game franchise.
Yes, she does. Me and everything.
I agree. I agree completely. I
But-
think that. Yep.
But I do think that if they do it correctly, it will be a great film. It'll be like the original Transformers films where it's a lot of fun to watch. It may not be a great film, but it's still awesome to see.
There's no way we have a Monster Hunter 2.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's going to be
no.
like 99% of other video game adaptations.
Do you guys remember the
and be
World of
horrible.
Warcraft game or movie that
No,
came out? The
I
World of
want to
Warcraft?
watch it.
It was a hunk of trash.
Really?
They're always trash.
Which is really sad because the game and the books are really good. Like the story, it's
Monster Hunter is
obviously it's
awesome.
just classic
Remember
like
the
good versus
Assassin's
evil.
Creed movie?
They had an Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed.
Yeah, there was a
movie?
Michael.
There was a
wasn't
Max-
Wasn't Michael Fassbender in
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that?
like-
It was
it's like they're so
surprisingly. You know what?
forgettable.
Do you know when you have like a guilty pleasure?
Uh-huh.
I like that Assassin's Creed movie.
Oh, really?
I have
never
not
saw
seen
it.
it.
Was it okay?
It's on Amazon or something like that.
There was
You
a
can-
Max
I
Payne,
watched
like-
it away to watch it free, so I enjoyed it. Like
They're
guilty
always-
pleasure.
Hitman.
Like
They're always trash.
Here's the thing, and I think Jordan, we touched on it best.
Yep.
Monster Hunter is
Debatable.
high fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of the game is you have to have certain weapons to kill certain creatures.
Yep.
yeah,
And to introduce a real life aspect where we have U.S. Marines, whatever the case may be, literally makes no sense. I don't
Yeah.
understand the transporting back in time, switching dimensions. Also,
like it.
if you're going to have Mila in it, why not have her be the type of person that is like already the native species that knows how to kill the creature? Why make her the hero where she doesn't know how and then she has to learn? That is not the hero's journey that we're ever going to get an explanation of in a movie like this. Just already make her the type of person like we see the native in the trailer that knows how and has the ability to kill the creatures. Just make her that person.
Yep.
I think we already have the greatest video game to, it's not necessarily a movie, but to film, and it's The Witcher. Never mind, I've never seen that.
All right.
They're actually redoing
You're the worst.
the Resident Evil. They're redoing those movies too, and they're going to base them off the
on
first
Netflix.
two.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're redoing the Resident Evil movies on Netflix. I got to show Connor dying over here. But yeah, they're redoing the Resident Evil movies. They're redoing them on Netflix.
Okay.
So
Netflix is killing it.
those will be interesting.
Isn't that the show you talked about called The Witcher on Netflix too?
I've died and come back to life.
What show?
Listen, I think that's a great place to end off on.
Absolutely.
I'm crying, and that was the end of the news. Listen, live action Ezra, we hope it happens.
Yes.
Mandalorian season 2 coverage starts on November the 2nd.
Yep.
The first episode of the season 2 comes out on Friday. Of course, Cantina watch party will be happening. Send us a DM. Get in the Facebook group. It is family friendly. Please, we do have rules for that group. It is family and kid friendly. Okay,
Just
so
like The Witcher.
we don't have cursing, all those types of things like
Bad
that.
shows.
We will be having a watch party for the Disney Plus account that will be with the KonKon's Cantina. More details coming to that later for the first episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. We do have a Patreon now. Please, if you do not feel the need to support us on Patreon, hang on, please share this podcast. Send it to your friends.
Yep.
Send it to people who like pop culture, who like podcasts, who like Star Wars. Seriously, that is how we grow the most, is via word of mouth. Send it to your friends. Please rate and review this podcast. As always, I was your boy. It's KonKon, bringing you some Star Wars stuff. And, of course, my co-host, the PR man himself, Jay Breezy.
Justin, I can say my name.
Well,
Justin Bieber.
say it. And
We back.
I'll go with Kill Key Niley. How about
Kill
that?
Key Niley, and, of course,
the casual kid.
and we will see you guys next time.